Hello, and welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Professor Curt Steele. In today's episode, we discuss what Alex Anzalone had to say about his future with the Lions in his first media availability of training camp. Hey, we're on our way to 3,000 subscribers, and we are currently at 2,867. That's 10 subscribers since yesterday. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to our channels members, man. Your exclusive members content was posted yesterday, man. We had a blast doing that. But of course, let's shout them out first, man. Of course, we got my man T-Bone Locks, Sean Bird, Lauren Vander Esch, Brent DeWitt, Miss Mary Smith, and the newest member of the channel, John Martin. So thank you guys. Thank you, members, man. If you haven't watched it already, I think it's only one individual that hasn't watched it. I think we have like 5 views on it already. So go check out the members only content. The link to it is in the community tab. So go check it out, man. It's another way to help us grow this channel, man. You get some other benefits as well. So make sure you check out the members only tab and, become a member, man. Cost you a little bit of change, but not that much. But because everything else, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel because that's free. If you need more free, it's free 99 and 50 free cent. Now it's time to bring in my co-host for today. First up, man, it is Big Huggy from Yak Town, man. The ladies love him. The chocolate delight. LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday morning.
Man, he tried to get away from his stripper pass. Anyways, man, of course, you got my man, the hardest working man down there in Jackson, Michigan, selling insurance, coaching kids, coaching boxing, doing all the good stuff down there, man, writing rhymes. It's the Wolverine who?
Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, if you're new to the channel and you don't know how our show works, we look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, and takes. If we agree, we say they are bossed up with that big blade dance. If we disagree, we say they are balled on, and we give our reasons why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here. You're not going to get a whole bunch of Stephen A. Type of content here. You're not going to get no Skip Bayless, definitely. And then shout out to Rob Parker. I had my issues with Rob Parker because he did a lot of hot takes, but he did get something right. If you know, you know. All right. So, but before we get into our show today, man, got one sad note, man, before we get into the content. The UFL is moving the 4 USFL teams to different markets. So the Michigan Panthers will no longer be part of spring football. Shout out to our channel member, Lauren Vander Esch, man, who runs the Michigan Panthers Pride podcast. Very informative and entertaining podcast. I know he's giving out tickets to Coach Jones and giving out tickets all over the place, man. He was at the UFL championship last year. This is a really good podcast, man. He was very informative. You go check it out, man. I watched one show. They had a breakdown of because the USFL doesn't kick extra points, and they were breaking down the 1 or 2 to 3 point conversion percentages for the team. And I was like, man, this is crazy. It was very, very enlightening. So shout out to him, man. Man, that sucks, man. That the Michigan Panthers, and that's one of their, the start, the original USFL teams. When they brought the league back, they kept them in there, and and that's the last professional football team to win a championship in the state of Michigan. So, UFL, hope you know what you're doing. And then on a better note, because, you start out, what's that? Sometimes you do the bad news first, get the good news later. All right. On a good note, congrats to DJ Reed and his wife, who welcomed their 3rd child on Monday. So that's why he was not in the building on Monday's training camp practice. So shout out to him and his wife for welcoming the 3rd child, man. That is what's up. All right. So got to get into this content. Yes, that happened yesterday. Media availability. And everybody's waiting for this dude to say something on the mic. So LL, what you got, man, on Thor speaking out on his contract situation?
Yeah, well, all of our friend here, Alex Anzalone, it's been much speculation about him, just his contract situations and everything like that. What may have been said or what he might do. things like that. Even Dan Campbell, I believe it was Monday or Sunday, one of those in his press conference had to speak on it, just said, about if he's holding in or whatever it is that he doesn't, he has, I forget what is it? He said the exact quote, like he had
conditioning test.
No, he said that he does not believe any of it or something like that. Something to that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
His contract dispute issues or whatever it is, or the fact that he's going to hold out or whatever it is. But yesterday, actually, like Curt just said, Alex Anzalone spoke for himself. And in that time that he spoke, he said that he does feel underpaid. He wants a bit of a raise or whatever it is. Or he said a little bit more than that. He said, as he compared it to, just the other starting linebackers in the league and things like that. But he also said that he wants to retire a line. So, whoever's listening to that needs to hear that, maybe that, spurn or get the wheels to turn and get the, the contract talks back ignited or whatever it is. Whomever, but let's get that worked out. I just saw a breakdown of the linebackers on the team. That's a little, I don't want to say concerning, but how much of a raise is he looking for? Derek Barnes is making like 8.1. He's making like 6.1. So like, how much of a raise do you want? That kind of thing. But I don't want to speak on anybody's contract desires or anything like that. But of course, I truly feel that we do need Alex Anzalone, even though Dan Campbell came out yesterday and spoke on Jack Campbell saying that this is his defense now. He's leading that. He's leading that charge. He's leading. Leading by example and all that kind of stuff. So, maybe that's some positioning by the franchise. Alex Anzalone says, "Hey, I want to retire a line, but I'm underpaid." And Dan Campbell saying, "We got a middle linebacker, and we got another one by Derek Barnes. So you better get in where you fit in." Not saying that's what he said. But, but what do you guys think about that? What do you think about Alex Anzalone speaking his mind on this contract situation?
Yeah. Let me get that back up there. All right. So I kind of took some other things away from that. I'm glad that we got some clarity on his contract situation, what's going on with him. But understand the whole situation better. I don't get the holding thing. I don't think that's the type of guy he is. He said he did it with the hamstring injury. I know another Lions media member was like, "Well, the hamstring is just a lot to cover up the hold in," but he said that the hamstring injury happened during his conditioning test, which he passed. So I believe he's committed to getting back on the field. He's not. Other thing he did say yesterday is that he's going to play once he's healthy, contract or not. So he did say that he said he wants to retire a line. I get that. I think the biggest thing for him is that he wants to retire a line, but then there's no guaranteed money in this year's deal. So like I said the other day, man, this is a collision sport. And once you have an injury like he had last year, if you don't play and you're on the injury list, you get 12 to 13% of whatever your game check is, so yeah, people say, well, he signed a contract. Yeah, but there's different aspects to it. So, I mean, I'm a retired soldier, man, and pay they call pay a combat multiplier. If a soldier ain't getting paid, the soldier ain't going to want to fight. So if the player, he has no really guaranteed, and he's putting his body, and actually really NFL players put their life on the line, man. The Lions is the only franchise really to have a player die on the field. But you look at a couple of years ago, it almost happened in Buffalo, in doing that Buffalo game. The young safety, had a cardiac event on the field, and they had to, save his life. So, I can understand, that's what I can understand why players aren't really cool without playing with any type of guaranteed money. So I get that part of it from the players aspect. But I think that the Lions in their best interest should keep him around. I'm not saying, 5-year contract or something like that, but make it he gets a 1 year extension that's puts to on the books for this year and next year with a good guarantee. I think there's some middle ground that can happen, and they can reach a deal that meets both Anzalone's desires and the team needs, giving him some guaranteed money without really breaking the bank. So, that's my deal on it. But when he says he's dealing with a hamstring injury, he's never given me a reason to doubt him. So, and to be honest with you, and to your point, LL, I mean, Jack Campbell is the middle linebacker, and him being drafted by the Lions afforded Anzalone to kind of play loose and play that will linebacker where that's more of his natural position. He's out more in coverage. He's playing downhill. He can play free. And I agree with Dan Campbell. Jack Campbell is the middle linebacker, and it should be his defense. I mean, just to be honest with you, I mean, from the position he plays, and then with Derek Barnes being back at Sam, but I think that they can make a deal where he gets probably a little bit more than Derek Barnes and with guaranteed money, and they can work it out and keep this train moving. All right, what you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah, one thing that annoys the hell out of me is when people say, well, you got paid, and you signed a contract, so play on it. And the thing is the NFL has structured contracts where it's not that easy. It's not that simple. It's not, oh, you're making this much money. No, you got all type of bonuses and you got obligations that you got to meet. And it's way more trickier than what the numbers suggest. But like I said before, man, Anzalone is one of a kind on our team. The things that he does do on the field, just can't be replaced right now. And people say, oh, we got this guy for this guy, but we don't have that guy to really do what he does on that weak side of the defense. To kind of be that cover guy, to kind of be that cleanup guy. We just don't have that. So until we have it, we got to pay the man. And now he's not going to get linebacker one money. He's not going to get Mike money. But I think he should get more than Derek Barnes because Anzalone, like I said on the last show or maybe the show before, but Anzalone, he's in his prime. Like right now, Anzalone is playing his best football right now. He didn't play his best football 3 years ago. He is right now, since last year, or I would say maybe the end of 22, he's playing that ball, man. So just pay him, man. Keep the linebackers intact.
Rumor is that Derek Barnes been I know it's just camp and stuff, but Derek Barnes been showing out. So
yeah. And one other thing, this last thing kind of ties up with a boat about contract and guaranteed money, right? There's a case right now, an investigation on collusion between the NFLPA and then the NFL, talking about hey, we need to get this guaranteed money down, and which is some BS because you have a lot of former players that sit in both of those organizations, and they know how important it is to have for these players to have some type of guaranteed in their contract. Excuse me. So yeah, and you look at the two individuals in the NFLPA that just resigned. Out there balling, what I'm saying, on the NFLPA dime, going to strip clubs, all this stuff like that, and getting kickbacks and all this stuff. And you have a guy that was in the charge of the NFLPA that works for one of those, investment firms that are looking to buy NFL teams, what I'm saying? So, yeah. The NFL contract situation is not that easy. I agree with you 100%. Coach Mike, hey, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us get this content out to more Detroit Lions fans, just like yourself, man. And they want to hold on, hold on. Yeah, y'all want to get this out to y'all. I mean, don't be selfish. Share the wealth. You know what I'm saying? Get us out there to more fans like yourself, man. Yeah. Hey, the Boss Up Ball Out merch shop is now available. You can find a link in the description of this video and on the channel homepage. Put in the code Boss Up Ball Out 10 at checkout. You spend $45, you get a 10% off an item. And Channel members get 15% off your total order. Check the community tab for the code channel members or the link for the discount coupon. Man, somebody is saying that hold up, DJ Reed, you may not be the CB1 on this roster. Coach Jones, talk about the young fella, number 6.
Yeah, I hope DJ Reed is not a CB1 on this roster. But you know what? Terrion Arnold had a heck of a go his rookie year. He actually was in man coverage more than any other cornerback in the league. So that lets you know what type of pedigree he has. But Terrion Arnold showed out yesterday, man. He showed out, and it wasn't against, like, I'm not even going to say the names of receivers because that play it down a little bit, but they weren't against practice squad players, and they weren't against kind of receiver 5 and receiver 4. They were against Amon-Ra St. Brown, which he had an interception in a one-on-one with Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he also had a pass deflection in a one-on-one with Jameson Williams. And then he also had a pass deflection on Amon-Ra St. Brown in 7-on-7. So he's stepping up. And I think he's coming to his own, man. I think it's just a bit of an adjustment that had to be made from college to the pro game, because they're more physical with the receivers in college. As it might sound, like, damn, really? Yeah, really. They get away with a lot more in college, man. They protect their investments in the NFL. But Terrion Arnold is coming to his own. I think he definitely did that second half of the season. He was starting to settle down. Penalties came down. He was starting to get into his bag a little bit. And I think the fact that he has 2 of the best receivers to work with, and that's Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, because you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting a route technician, right, with Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're getting somebody who runs precision routes, precise routes. Then you're getting Jameson Williams, who is like the fastest dude in the NFL. Like, so you have the best of both worlds, and I can't wait to see exactly what Terrion Arnold looks like in year 2, man. I'm seeing big things, man. He has the confidence, he has the swag, he has the ability to work hard and to put the work in. He wants it, man. So I'm excited to see what year 2 has in store for the young man. But what do y'all feel about Terrion Arnold, man? And are you happy that well, I know you're happy, but do you think he will take that next step at being CB1 and DJ Reed and be CB2?
Yeah, real quick. I'll let you. But Terrion Arnold has been gearing up all offseason with the goal of being the Lions cornerback 1 instead of DJ Reed. If you look what he's been doing, and then like what they say, word on the street. What was that Martin's little talk show? He said he's been more vocal doing workouts, man, doing it this spring. Doing training camp, man. And then from what I've seen from his clips on social media this spring, his footwork looks sharper. He's getting better tracking on the ball by turning his head more. Last season, like you said, played tight man coverage most of the year, man. Struggled with turning his head, which made him rely on being more hands-on with the receivers, more physical. Led to a bunch of penalties early in the season, man. But he turned that thing around. But it looked like he really worked through those issues, man. And he's set up for a breakout season for the Lions in this year. And I think that the Lions secondary is set up to be a strength and not its weakness this season. And it's been a long time since we've said that the Lions had a strong, all-around strong secondary. So, I'm definitely bossing up on TA balling out, man. And I hope he can continue that and take it on to the padded practices and then into the season. So, what you got, LL?
Yeah, I'm gonna get at a boss up as well, and part of that reason, I don't know if we ever had that theory on this show, but I have been hearing most of the time that DJ Reed wasn't going to be CB1 anyway. They drafted him to be 2. And the TA, or I can't call him Sub-Zero no more, but that Terrion Arnold was going to be CB1. So it looks like that was true. So I've heard. I mean, I don't know if y'all. Well, then you said it that he been gearing up for it this whole time. So yeah, I like it. It's good to hear. I saw a couple of the clips. Who was it? Amon-Ra St. Brown. He had the one-handed interception on or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Looking pretty nice, but it's I wait to get excited. I wait until it's actually on the field to get excited, but it's good to see.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing you can definitely tell is that he's been putting in some work. Like his body looks a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? He looks a little more, as far as thick, but his way, his footwork is fluid. He looks just sharper. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the second year cornerback, man. And I think he's going to show the reason why the Lions drafted him in the first round a couple years ago. Hey, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on this video. All these things help us get this content out to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself, man. And y'all know that the Boss Up Ball Out podcast is powered by Dubby Energy Drink, packed with brain-boosting amino acids and vitamins, no sugar. Of course, like Curt Steele, the diabetic. It gets you pumped for tackling your daily tasks. And try that new s'mores flavor, man. Costs you about $1 per drink. It's a great alternative to coffee or canned beverages, man, with no crashes or jitters. Hey, check out the video description for the link to buy Dubby and use the code BOSSOUTBALLOUT pod for 10% off your order. Power your day with Dubby. All right, so last segment of the day, man. This kind of gives you some news and notes about what happened on in camp yesterday. All right, so man, got a little chippy yesterday, man. Shout out to my man Eric Slitt from over there, Pride of Detroit, man, for providing some observations for my segment. That's where I got my information from over there. Lions kicked off practice with some positional drills, man. Switched it up to some 11-on-11 and then some heated wide receiver DB battles, man. And after that, they did some punt return and coverage drills and hit another round of 11s-on-11s. But it got into a one-on-one special with the Gunners doing some things, man, and it got a little bit chippy. It was just one of those things, man, that it's got a little too physical. So after through the second 20 20-minute drill, MCDC called a timeout because it was getting too physical with the DBs coming downhill on the receivers. And just about 3 minutes after he called a timeout, defensive back Maurice Norris went after a pass a little too aggressively, arriving a bit early and causing a collision. Campbell quickly ended the drill and sent Maurice Norris to the locker room since he didn't listen to the earlier warning. As they wrapped up the day, this final special teams drill, that's when this thing happened. Kirby walked over to Norris, man, with some encouraging words when he left the field. Now, in his media availability, Kirby Joseph said he understood that why Norris got kicked out of practice. But as a leader, he said he'd rather tell a player to slow down than to giddy up. While there didn't seem to be any bad intentions from Norris, he was just trying to, probably just get his name out there and, put some good things on tapes. The Lions cannot, or any team cannot have contact during the acclimation period. That's what we're in those first 3 or 4 days of training camp. And in his eagerness, man, he played, to make a play. He forced Campbell to really toss him out of practice. The NFL monitors that contact, especially during these type of periods, closely. Remember, the Lions last year had to forfeit an OTA practice because of heavy contact during non-padded drills. Can't do that stuff, man. Now, they won't be on the field today. They will be back Thursday, and they'll be putting them pads on Friday, man. So we get to see if all these things can pan out. You know what I'm saying? These with the uptick in play for some of these players, or just some good performances transfer to the padded practices on Friday. You had guys like Marcus Davenport, who's been showing out. Will that transfer? Will Tate Ratledge, you know what I'm saying, will he step it up or with the pads on, man? They say he's been doing really good. They said that Graham Glasgow is really teaching them, help teaching the position, of course, with Hank Fraley, and that golf has been really working with him, as far as calling out protections and stuff like that. So, so Friday gonna be the day, man. Padded practices. Can't wait to see it. All right. Injury updates, man. MCDC said Miles Fraley is dealing with a knee injury and will be out until September, maybe October. Mekhi Wingo and Khalil Dorsey are projected to be September returns. And Malcolm Rodriguez is projected to be back in October. The big fella who needs to step it up, Broderick Martin, left practice yesterday with a foot injury. Now, here's the one name I see. Undrafted free agent defensive lineman Keith Cooper is shining as he gets opportunity. He played some defensive tackle on Tuesday. He got that old school name, man. It's like he was like smoking some Newports in middle school with the janitor about the dumpsters with that old ass name. Kyle Allen had his turn yesterday as QB2, and he showed out as well, man. So it's going to be a tight competition for the backup role if both guys keep playing well, especially during the preseason games. So a bit of good news yesterday because I listened to SiriusXM because I have a SiriusXM account. The camp tour started with Detroit yesterday, and Brad Holmes in that interview said Aleem McNeil may return sooner than expected, and it is looking good during his rehab. So look at that, man. Woo. What do you guys think about the whole just kind of like the day 3 kind of wrap up of camp, kind of getting physical, but Dan Campbell said he ain't for it. He ain't trying to lose them. He ain't trying to lose no cap days, man, because they need every day they can get. So what you got, LL, on the on day 3 of camp?
Some good, some bad. Great to have context because I didn't think it was no drama or nothing, but I didn't know, or I guess I didn't know about the no contact thing, so that made sense. Why the stopping practice and tossing them out kind of thing, that makes sense. But even if it wasn't that, it's good to hear. It's camp, it's gonna happen. Camp fights, practice fights, all that kind of stuff. But at least it's good to know. Have a little bit more context as to why. Bad thing, Broderick Martin, you already know. I'm rooting for him, man. I would say we all are. I don't know if we all are, but I sure am. And that's really bad to hear, man. And that's where I leave it because I don't want to say nothing. I understand, but I won't. I won't speak too negatively on it. I just hope that he, hopefully it ain't too serious, and hopefully he come back and do something to, impress somebody. But and then what was the last thing that you had said?
Aleem McNeil.
That's the one. That's the one. That's the one that I really care about. But I had been hearing that anyway. Like a lot of people were saying, Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. I had been hearing, and I kind of thought it'd be a little sooner than that. But that kind of gives a little bit of hope to that, I guess. Maybe we'll be seeing Aleem back a little sooner and be able to see him lined up with with DJ Reed or DJ Reader and Tyleek and all that kind of stuff. Just make the D line what a semblance of whole. I can't say whole because it won't be, but more put together than it had been. And I don't know if you had said this or not, but I had heard that so far Shep has been running more 5-man fronts. So, might see 3 biggins down there. I've been hearing that Derek Barnes has been the 5th guy coming down. So, that could let's just see what this defense is going to morph into.
Okay, cool. All right, what you got, Coach?
Man, I just want to first to say real quick to all the old timers out there who be like, oh no, he's kicked out. He deserves to get kicked out. Chill out, man. Camp, like intensity, that stuff, you want that to happen to a certain extent. You want the intensity, you want the competition level to be high, you want guys to compete. That happens probably with every team. So for all you do-gooders out there, man, like please don't bring that negative energy. Man, I just hope that Aleem McNeil is healthy. I hope he doesn't come back too soon, and then so I hope he can slowly get into the rotation, man, and then hopefully by the end of the season, he's back full go. I just don't want him to kind of push it too hard and you know excuse me, aggravate anything. So yeah, man, there was one more thing that you had kind of went over a lot, but one more.
Keith Cooper, Broderick Martin.
Yeah, Keith Cooper. Yeah, Keith Cooper. I hope that I think he has a little position versatility too, with being he can kind of play like that Levi role. So I hope that Keith Cooper steps up. I watched a little bit of his combine workouts, or not his combine, but the Big 12 workouts. So I got a little faith in Keith Cooper, man, and hopefully he grabs his opportunity and steps up.
Yeah, he'd be out there with them roll ups. That's
yeah.
My brother smoked them cigarettes that you got to roll yourself. That's
Keith Cooper, that old school name.
You pull up on him. They don't need nothing but alternator.
Man, so, that dude, he drink Coke 45. He probably drank Cool Coke when it was out. One more note. Jameson Williams, man, I was excited to hear this yesterday, man. Say he has an expanded route tree under Johnny Morton, man. He's running more routes. He looks more confident. He looks a little bit thicker, put some muscle on his frame, making some definitely some great catches. He had a nice catch over Brian Branch yesterday down there on the sideline. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Waymo, because I expect Waymo from JMO in 2025. What you got, LL?
I like to hear that because, I wasn't the biggest Ben Johnson supporter, but I like to hear that because what the fuck, what was going on, Ben Johnson? Was you holding my dude back or something? What's up, man? And I get it. Maybe you got to be able to do some things, so maybe he didn't feel that he was capable. But I like I like to hear that. I like to hear that kind of thing because now I say this. I'm on. I think I said it back when it was announced that Johnny Morton was going to be our OC and all that kind of stuff. And he's more explosive, so maybe we can see that. That deep ball. And I won't have to say all those mean things about y'all friend this year.
Yeah, well, what one thing is, man, is I think that John Morton will help develop Jameson Williams' game more than Ben Johnson did. I think Ben Johnson he was so trying to be so extra that he didn't realize that. He didn't realize that you have a prime weapon to take your offense even further to the next level. Right there in front of you. And I think, it's just for me from the outside looking in, I think he just kind of was so caught up with all them gadgets that he had that he didn't really, he didn't really give JMO his full due. And I think like I said before, a few months ago, man, I think Jameson Williams is going to have a bigger year than Amon-Ra St. Brown. Not as in catches, but I'm talking about in explosives and probably maybe even in total yards, man. Like, I think Amon-Ra touchdowns because he's a safety blanket. His route running is so precise, and he knows where to find the comfort zone. But Jameson Williams, boy, he's gonna take the hat off that defense, man. I'm telling you.
And one thing I would say is that and I noticed in his media availability that is much more mature this year as far as, he's embraced his kind of vet role, helping rookies. He was talking about helping a receiver yesterday. Like, hey, he saw something that the guy was doing that was wrong. Hey, he went out there, gave him some tips. Hey, fix this, do that. I'm liking what I'm seeing from JMO, man. Like, I'm excited to watch him, man. He looked fire in that number one, man. That Uno looked good on doggone JMO, man. I think that dude gonna show out this year. He gonna show us. He gonna be back in his Alabama bag, man, where he was just tearing up defenses, man. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from my man Waymo. Definitely in training camp, man. It's good. Hey, salute out to my people over there at Lions Nation Unite, man. More content from the professor will be coming over there. And salute to the roster over there. And as well as Lions legend Herman Moore. I know, LL, you're going to be making the gas face, man. You so stupid. I'm not messing with you, man. Shout out to the heavyweights over there, my man Easy, my man Spencer Rattler over there, man. And my man Ant from Royal Lions UK. All those cat, man. Don P over there. All those dudes that do content over there on Lions Nation Night, man. I do my dudes, man. But hey, if you haven't done so already, make sure you wrong one. Follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms, man. Coach Jones does a great job, man. I'm still waiting for that Beyond the Ropes breakdown of the Usyk fight, man. I know you're studying for your insurance exam, man, but you get that out there, man, because we got another big fight coming up in 3 days, man. The big homie Clarissa Shields puts her undisputed heavyweight title on the line against Laney Daniels, who's talking some cash trash. So hopefully we get definitely a segment on that, man. I'm down to talk about that. I'm talking about the homie Clarissa Shields, man. I post content from this channel, all of my social media platforms. Go check out the reels I posted yesterday and some of the shorts from the channel. And of course, man, it's hump day, baby. So it's Thursday Eve on LL's Instagram channel. So make sure you go over there and check that thing out because it be popping over there on LL's Instagram page, man. So make sure you go check my dude out, man. Time for parting shots on this Wednesday, man. Coach Jones, what you got for the people?
I'm not on football, man, but I'm excited because Clarissa Shields has called out Layla Ali, and Layla Ali responded with,
give me that 15 million.
Where the money at? And then Clarissa Shields responded with a video. They have $15 million for Layla Ali. And you can best believe that Layla Ali got back in that gym and looked like she's been in the gym as well because she looks pretty good. I know she's a little bit older, but she looks pretty good, man. And that's a fight. That's a monumental fight that I would want to see. Mm-hmm. I would want to see Clarissa T-Rex Shields versus Layla Ali. That's a true woke fight right there.
Layla Ali don't want that smoke at 47.
No. But you know what? If Mike Tyson,
but it makes that money. Yeah, I get you.
And fight Jake Paul, I would want to see Layla Ali.
But that ain't a comparable fight, man. To say that Jake Paul and Clarissa Shields they ain't the same type of competition level. But I get what you're saying though. The monument of the
monumentalness and the and what it means to the boxing game, man, for Clarissa and Layla Ali.
I get what you're saying.
So that's something that I'm excited to see, man. But hey, man, we getting closer to the season, man. The Lions is ramping up, and this is exciting, man. So y'all take care.
Think about this, man. We're 8 days away from the start of preseason. 8 days away from the start of preseason, man. That's what's up, man. What you got, LL, on this hump day?
Shout out to everybody. Happy Wednesday morning. All of that good stuff. I don't want to watch Layla Ali fight at 47. The same way I didn't watch Mike Tyson fight at whatever age he is. Some stuff, it's good that you want to get beat up, Miss Ali. But, some things, just keep it where it's at. But I want to throw out my sincerest apologies to Mr. Lauren Vander Esch. He offered me probably tickets to every single Michigan Panthers game this year, and I'm just too poor to take it. So that's just, I think I might have made that joke before, but I'm so poor I can't take advantage of free stuff. So, kept thinking like I'm gonna go next season. I'm gonna go next season. Let that be a lesson, kids, to don't do that. But shout out to Lauren Vander Esch, man. Thank you for looking out every single time, even though I couldn't take advantage. Coach Mike ended up getting to go to a couple of them, or at least one of them. I know Coach Mike ended up getting to go. So, thank you for that, man. Thank you for everything that you did for that team, man. You was, y'all was out there standing up. I checked in a couple times on you, but that's what it's about, man. I don't know if y'all gonna do one of the other UFL teams.
UFL,
UFL teams or not, but thank you for doing what you did for the Michigan Panthers, man.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, man, on this hump day, man, thank you guys for joining us, man. We appreciate all things you do, because we do this show for you guys, man. We're Lions fans just like yourself. Again, man, on the way out the door, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things helps with that YouTube algorithm. It's Wednesday, hump day, baby. If you're having a good day, make sure you spread that joy, because you never know when a small, kind word can help make someone's day and change the outlook on their day, or maybe even their life. If you're not having a good day, you know what you can't do. Still no one else's joy. And whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do for your man, Curt Steele. You got to boss up, fall out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL Cool Toys and Coach Mike Jones, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.